So one of the things they talk about in the 7 ways realtors can step it up right now, one of the ways is to shape up. And I thought it fitting that I do this video from where I'm actually living out that recommendation. I want to give you 4 things to consider, at least 4 things. I may come up with another one here. When it talks about, where I talk about shaping up. That means getting in shape. It really does. It means taking care of your physical state so that you can have a great mental state and that you can excel in your business and be at peak performance. So here's a couple things to consider. But before I do that, if you like this video or if you found this content helpful, I'm honored. If you would subscribe or share, that'd be awesome. Now back to my story. Back in 2020, it was the new decade, and I was gonna really hit it hard and get in shape, and then COVID hit and everything shut down, and my real estate world of course got flipped upside down, and then it recovered. But in that year I had a lot of time to do some exercise and activity, and I felt pretty good. January 2021 rolls around, I get COVID, and I was sick for about 2 weeks, really bad, and then it took me about a month after that to fully recover. But physically, I was left with kind of an asthmatic problem, and still to this day, but not to the same degree that I had it then. And so in the process of going through that, my weight went up, my endurance went down, my strength went down, and I decided I needed to fix that. And so this year, 2023, and at the end of 2022, I started doing something that I really have come to enjoy, and that is mountain biking. And so look at this. It's a beautiful place for us to do that. Here's another view from another ride, just further confirmation why I love to ride mountain bike here in Southern California. And so I want to give you four things to consider as you're out getting in shape. Number 1, find something that you can do year-round. 1 or 2 things that you can do year-round. Obviously, me being in Southern California, I have sunshine most of the time, and mountain biking is a great opportunity for me because I can be outdoors and doing it almost 12 months out of the year, and at least 1 time or 2 times or 3 times a month, any month of the year. So that's the key thing, is find something that you can do year-round. 1 or 2 things. Number 2, find something that you enjoy. I don't enjoy going to the gym and running on a treadmill. Some of you love it. I do not. I enjoy being outdoors. I like changing up the scenery and the environment, and I really enjoy this type of exercise. So find something that you really enjoy. Number 3, find something that you can measure and track. So we have apps. I use Strava, and I have my Apple Watch, my iWatch, and I track my calories and my heart rate. Find something that you can track and measure so that you can go back and look at your performance. It's really fun for me to actually go back and watch my statistics and see that I have greatly improved, because sometimes I don't feel like I'm doing that great. I feel like I'm going behind, but then I look back at my record and I'm like, wow, I have improved, even though I felt terrible today when I was doing my workout. So that's number, whatever number that was. The last thing here I want to share is find something that has a competitive nature to it. And what do I mean by that? Well, I joined a mountain bike league. I'm also an assistant coach now for my son's high school mountain bike team. And all of that has an environment of competition. And I know as salespeople, we love competition. We do. We just like to know that we're winning or losing. And if you have an environment where you have a competitive environment, I know you'll do better. I compete in a mountain bike league. They've got races year-round, and that's fun for me. I like to know how I'm doing. In fact, my first race, I thought I was going to do better than I did. I ended up doing terrible, and because I felt like I did terrible, I went out the very next day and I'm like, I have to get better. And sure enough, I improved greatly, like a huge improvement between my first and second race. And it was only 2 weeks in between those two. But that competitive environment keeps me going. I'm convinced that CrossFit, even though they say at the gym, is very successful because of the competitive environment. I have friends who belong to CrossFit and they're always comparing their reps and their times and everything else to everybody else in the gym. They just want to know how they're doing. It's that competitive environment. They have, competitions nationwide, worldwide, where you can go and compete against other CrossFitters. I'm convinced that the competition is something that helps us stay in shape. So those are my tips for us as we work to improve our real estate careers. I know that when we are physically in shape, we have more endurance, we have more perseverance, we have just more fortitude, we have the ability to think clearly and to move forward. And so I hope that you found this very helpful today and that you implement some of these steps. I'd love to hear your feedback and your comments. You can follow me on Instagram. You can subscribe to my newsletter on my website, aaronzapata.com, and you can just do anything like that. I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like more information about getting in shape, I am not the person to come to. Believe me, I'm not a physical trainer. I'm not a health expert. I encourage you to find somebody that really does that full time and can help you out. So, but God bless you. Thanks for watching this. We'll talk to you soon.